Welcome, my wonderful friends. This is the second part of the Diamond Enlightenment reading for the month of May during the full moon in Scorpio, the flower moon. The energies that are brought up could be very insightful for anyone born around this time. And the energies could be prevalent from weeks before this moon and weeks after this moon. And of course, if you just happen upon it whenever you do, they should be of use to any of the themes that are brought up. This portion of the reading really deals with healing the aspects of the divine feminine and the divine masculine in oneself by peering into the background of our first teachers of these roles. So this could be your mother, your father, but really anyone that embodied the energy of mother and father for you, regardless of their specific gender in that time. So we will begin with the mother, then we'll move to the father, and then talk about these aspects being transformed through the actions of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So our first card for the mother will be Yuki Onna, Stillness, from the Goddess Power Oracle deck. Some days you wake up frozen, stuck, and unable to move due to the effects of emotional denial and resistance to what is in front of you. Or maybe you are exhausted, spent from the emotional burden of your current situation. The winter goddess, Yuki Onna, has come to help you move out of and past this experience into a healthier state of stillness. When you are frozen, it's the ego that is refusing to accept life on life's terms, potentially causing you fear and depression. A particular situation or person may be causing you to see yourself as a victim. The goddess Yuki Onna reminds you that this is but a temporary moment in the millions of moments of your life. The task she has for you is to answer one question. Will you trust the great goddess in the universe to be your active partner in co-creating? If so, slow down and let all your troubles go, and you will see the miracles life has to offer you. And our second card that we'll be looking into, the mother, is from the divine feminine, and we have Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Saint Bridget lived in alignment with the highest, most exalted aspect of her being. She was born a slave, and yet legend relates that she gave away anything she possibly could to help those in need. Her generosity was an indication of the tremendous inner wealth she received from her connection to spirit. Her message to us is to reconnect to the inner fire, that eternal flame that feeds us more than anything external to us ever could. Read poetry or whatever feels like sacred scripture to your soul. Let your soul voice surface through some uncensored automatic writing, or let your soul guide your body through movement. Your answers right now are in releasing any attachments to personal possessions, clearing space, uncluttering your home, giving away what you don't need, or someone needs more than you do, so that you have the sacred space to remember just how much you have when your soul is loud and ever present within you. And then we're going to have a few cards to look at the Father. They will both be from two separate sacred geometry decks by this same author. They're absolutely stunning decks. Our first card is June Companion's Transformation. You are in the cocoon stage. Be advised not to force change, but rest and allow transformation to take place quietly within your being. And our second card is Traveler's Prayer. Your life feels limited, your vision clouded. Let the radiance of the sun ignite your curiosity and chase away the doldrums. If you are unable to travel physically, pick up a book, go to a museum, or attend a class. So this would have dealt with issues of not being able to change and be curious, indulging that in adventure from our first encounter with Father energy. So let's see in its more healed and evolved aspects the potential that these energies could become in your life. For the Divine Feminine, we are going to take a card from the Mother Mary Oracle, and we have Our Lady of Truth. Your world is changing, triggered by the transformations already happening within you as you grow spiritually. The change that is happening is a raising of your energetic frequency. You may find that you cannot stand some things that once you liked or loved. You cannot quite fit into the old life in the same way, and yet the new life is not fully anchored either. You need some divine rocket fuel to launch you into the new vibration more fully, to allow yourself to live externally exactly what is that you have become internally. You are bringing your inner world fully and completely into your outer world, and this is a time when worlds can collide. Old truths must give way to the new truths, and you must accept the change to be able to live in your new truth. This oracle brings you comfort and guidance, encouraging you to honor your truths, and especially to be as truthful with yourself as you can possibly be. Sometimes we may hide the truth of what we feel, even from ourselves, because we are scared of what may come as a result of being honest. We might fear losing a relationship or a job. We might fear that another will be hurt or think badly of us. Perhaps we may want to control how others perceive us instead of being honest and running the risk of being criticized or subjected to disapproval. If you find it difficult to access your truth sometimes, perhaps they were not mirrored and validated when you were a child. Do not concern yourself for this. Oracle brings a message that a healing is taking place within you, so that your access to your own truth can open up for you. You are encouraged to complete the following healing process on a regular basis, from 2 or 3 times a week, or even every day for the next 3 weeks to support this process. Before you, there is a large white bell created from pure light. A woman in a white robe with a crown of white roses steps forward to strike the bell with one clean, strong stroke. Pure, powerful sounds ring out, echoing through you. Intend to receive that sound for a few moments. and know that it is helping to support you as you elevate your frequency. You don't have to understand how it happens. Through her power, it just happens. The woman closes her eyes and places her hands in prayer for a moment. She then opens her eyes and gazes directly at you. You can hide nothing from her, and you realize that she loves and supports you completely. When you are ready to close your healing process, you can say the following affirmative prayer 3 times. Mother Mary, Our Lady of Truth, let your light of truth shine within my heart. May I know and live my own truths with kindness, compassion, and courage. May each one of us be supported in doing so that we may live and let live without fear. May the light of your perfect justice shine bright for the greatest good. So be it. And also for the Divine Feminine, from the Kuan Yin Oracle, we have Sound the Fierce Flute, which really harmonizes with its sister card. It is wise to be accepting of all of life and not to judge people or situations as good or bad. Some are more pleasant than others, and yet sometimes a challenge can turn out to bring us great growth and opportunity, which in turn becomes a blessing. However, this does not mean that we are wise to abandon the power of choice. We can use our discernment to be guided on our path to the most joyful, uplifting, and helpful experiences for our soul growth. Discernment is not judgment. It does not render some things better or worse than others. It is the power of selection based on desire or intention. If we intend to grow through joy and adventure rather than fear or suffering, then we can use our discernment to make choices that feel expansive and uplifting rather than constrictive and draining. Your discerning powers are growing, and you are capable of greatest discernment when you listen to your heart and are able to let go of fear and shame, which can cloud your perception. This oracle has come to you because you are in need of seeing a situation in your life from your heart rather than from appearances. Don't be afraid to trust your own vision, beloved. It will help you live your truths and take good care of your own soul. Like the fierce flute cutting through all vibrations, discernment shatters illusions and gets to the truth of a matter, right to the essence. And now for a few cards for the Divine Masculine. We have Rattlesnake from the Aztec Oracle deck. Its keywords are fear, anger, destruction, and aggression. Snakes held a special significance to the Aztec people, and each type of snake was associated with its own distinct omen. If a coral snake was seen, it signaled abundance and favor. If a viper crossed someone's path, it symbolized death and pain. A rattlesnake represented the terror of the underworld and the disfavor of the gods. Many of the Aztec gods were associated with snakes. Some were beneficent and others fearsome. One of the fiercest goddesses of the Aztec pantheon was the serpent Skirt, the mother of the god of war. Serpent Skirt's statue had twin rattlesnakes wrapped around her and a necklace of human heads and hands. The omen for rattlesnake was always bad. If a rattlesnake crossed in front of a Mexica, he might say, pardon me, I cannot pronounce it, a phrase in Aztec which means, he cut the thread of my life. Others would say rattlesnake was not a snake at all, but a nahuli, who wants to take them to Niklat because of some crime they may have committed. Whatever the interpretation, the appearance of rattlesnake always generated a fearsome response. If rattlesnake makes an appearance in your cards today, look for ways that anger or fear may be manifesting in your life. It may be signifying self-destructive behavior, or it may be a message that others are working against your best interests. It can also indicate imminent danger from natural sources. A visit by this Nahuali is one sign that you should certainly pay attention to and investigate further. Rattlesnake is one of two venom cards. Scorpio is the other. Fear and anger, like venom, are poisons that must be purged from the body that carries them. They are toxic obstacles to healing and should be dealt with using constructive honesty. What or who are you afraid of? What or who are you angry at? Now is the time to confront these emotions and the people whose actions, whether deliberate or inadvertent, contributed to your fear and anger. Forgive them if appropriate and put this poisonous experience behind you. And our second card to highlight the divine masculine energies that could be embodied is relax. I choose to relax and not to fill my mind with worry, as that creates stress. And that concludes the second part of this reading in the 3-part series I'm presenting. Thank you so much for sharing it with me, and I hope I will be blessed enough to have you join me again on any of my other readings I have to offer. Stay well and stay happy. Much love.